Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Okay, I'm just gonna say it straight. This trailer, this is the one that finally feels like the war has actually begun. Not teased, not hinted at, not slowly built up. I mean full-on chaos. Dragons in the sky, armies marching, betrayals brewing. This is the moment House of the Dragon has been building toward since episode 1. And if you were one of those people who felt like season 2 ended right before things got good, yeah, you're not alone. But season 3, it looks like it's here to fix that. So let's talk about everything we just saw, because there's a lot going on, and some of it is easy to miss if you blink. The dragon in the Vale. Right at the start of the trailer, we see something that instantly raises questions. A dragon flying over the Vale. And not just any dragon, this one feels wild, untamed, like it doesn't belong to anyone. Now, if you remember from last season, Rhaenyra was sent to the Vale, and there were whispers about a rogue dragon lurking in those mountains. That's not just a random detail. This is clearly setting something big up. Here's where it gets interesting. In the books, there's a character named Nettles who bonds with a wild dragon called Sheepstealer. But the show hasn't introduced Nettles, at least not directly. So what it looks like they're doing is giving that entire storyline to Rhaenyra instead. And honestly, that changes a lot, because Rhaenyra, up until now, has been one of the few Targaryens without a dragon. And in this world, that's kind of like being born into a royal family, but never getting your crown. So if she ends up claiming this wild dragon, it's not just a cool moment. It's a huge character shift. It's her stepping into power in a way we haven't seen before. But the big question is, what dragon is this? Is it Sheepstealer? Is it something new? Or are they blending multiple storylines together? That uncertainty is what makes it exciting.
We will all become beasts before our end.
The Battle of the Gullet. Now let's talk about the part of the trailer that feels like pure war energy. The Battle of the Gullet. This isn't just another skirmish. This is one of the most important battles in the entire Dance of the Dragons. And the show has been holding back on it until now. So picture this. A narrow stretch of water, ships packed tightly together, dragons flying overhead, and chaos breaking out from every direction. That's the Gullet, and it's where everything starts to spiral. The Blacks, led by Rhaenyra, have basically been choking King's Landing by controlling the seas. No supplies in, no reinforcements out. It's a smart move, but it also paints a massive target on their backs, because the Greens aren't just going to sit there and accept that. Tywin Lannister teams up with the Triarchy, and suddenly you've got a massive naval force coming straight for them. And what we're seeing in the trailer, ships burning, dragons diving, explosions everywhere. That's this battle unfolding. But here's the part that hits emotionally.
And our children will rule it forever and a day.
Why Rhaenyra is crying. There's a moment in the trailer where Rhaenyra looks completely shattered. And it's not subtle. This isn't just stress or fear. This is grief. Real, devastating grief. Because during the Battle of the Gullet, her son Jacaerys dies. Yeah, this is one of those moments where the war stops being strategy and starts becoming personal in the worst way possible. Jace isn't just her son, he's her heir. He's the future she's been fighting for. And just like that, it's gone. In the books, it's brutal. His dragon gets hit, he falls into the sea, and he's killed in the chaos. The show might change how it happens. It already looks like they might, but the outcome feels inevitable. And once that happens, everything about Rhaenyra changes. This isn't just about the throne anymore. This becomes about loss, revenge, and the kind of anger that doesn't go away. So when you see her crying in the trailer, that's not just a moment, that's a turning point.
King!
I'm going to kill my brother, or die in the attempt.
Aegon vs Aemond. Now here's where things get messy on the green side, and honestly, kind of fascinating. We've always known Aemond is dangerous. The guy rides the biggest dragon alive, he's ruthless, and he doesn't exactly scream loyal younger brother. But the trailer makes something very clear. He's not just supporting Aegon anymore. He wants power for himself, and that creates a huge problem, because Aegon, even in his weakened state, is still king. Now he's starting to realize that his own brother might be his biggest threat. There's this tension building between them that feels like it's about to explode. Think about it like this. You've got two people on the same team, but both of them think they should be in charge. That never ends well, especially not in a world where dragons are involved. So now the Greens aren't just fighting the Blacks. They're also starting to fracture from within, and that kind of internal conflict, that's the stuff that destroys kingdoms.
A savage race.
We act with holy purpose.
Lord Ormund Hightower enters the game. Another big addition this season is Ormund Hightower. Now, if you've been wondering where the rest of Alicent's powerful family has been, this is your answer. Ormund is basically the military backbone of House Hightower. He's the one bringing the full strength of the Reach into this war. And that's not a small thing. We're talking about one of the richest, most powerful regions in Westeros. So his arrival isn't just another character introduction, it's a shift in power. It means the Greens are getting serious reinforcements, and it also expands the scale of the war beyond what we've seen so far. Up until now, things have felt somewhat contained. But with Ormund stepping in, it starts to feel like this conflict is spreading across the entire continent. The Winter Wolves. And then we've got one of the most unexpected, but honestly awesome parts of the trailer. The Winter Wolves. These are older northern warriors, sent by Cregan Stark. And yeah, they might not be in their prime, but don't let that fool you. These guys are experienced, hardened, and absolutely ready for a fight. There's something kind of poetic about it. While younger men stay behind to survive the coming winter, these veterans head south, knowing they might not come back. It's not about glory for them, it's about purpose. And visually, seeing them marching, banging drums, looking completely unbothered by the chaos around them, it adds this raw, grounded energy to the war. Not everything is dragons and fire. Sometimes it's just steel, grit, and determination.
You will do things that your heart would have recoiled from.
Alicent's disappearance. One thing you might notice if you watch the trailer closely, Alicent barely shows up. And that's not an accident. Her storyline seems to be shifting in a big way. There's a strong possibility that she's trying to step away from the center of the conflict, maybe even escape it entirely with her daughter. But here's the thing, in a war like this, you don't really get to just walk away. Even if she leaves physically, the consequences of everything she's done are still catching up. So her reduced presence in the trailer, that's not her fading out. That's the calm before whatever comes next. Harrenhal and the coming clash. And finally, we've got Harrenhal. If there's one place in Westeros that just screams bad things are about to happen, it's this castle. We see Daemon there, fully geared up, ready for battle. We also see Aemond moving through its halls. And when you put those two things together, it feels like the show is setting up something big. These are two of the most intense, unpredictable characters in the entire series. And if they cross paths here, that's not just a fight, that's an event. Even if it doesn't happen immediately, the tension is there. You can feel it building. Helena's childbirth. And then there's that brief but important moment, someone giving birth, and it's Helena. Now this might seem like a small detail compared to everything else, but it actually matters a lot, because it hints at something missing from the story so far, another royal child. And in a story about succession, legacy, and power, every new heir changes the game. It adds another layer of stakes, another potential target, another reason for conflict. So even this quiet moment carries weight. Our nerdy thoughts. So yeah, if Season 2 felt like a slow burn, Season 3 looks like the explosion. Everything is escalating. The battles are bigger, the emotions are heavier, and the stakes are higher than ever. And the craziest part, this is still building towards something even bigger. Because at its core, this story has always been about one thing. What happens when a family tears itself apart from the inside? And now, we're finally seeing the full cost of that. So the real question is, who's going to survive it? And more importantly, by the time it's over, will there even be anything left worth ruling? If you're excited for this season, you're definitely not alone. This might be the moment House of the Dragon proves it can stand right alongside Game of Thrones at its peak. And honestly, I can't wait to see how far they're willing to go.
There will be no doubt who the gods have chosen to rule.